I am Jim Rome. All right, we are into hour number 3 of the Smack-Off. As I just mentioned on Twitter, I asked the question, is this the closest Smack-Off ever? It is really tough to score. Rick in Buffalo crushed his phone call, getting a lot of positive reaction on social media. All right, so we're moving into hour number 3, the last hour. As you know about this hour, there's only 2 segments to call. The last segment is a rundown of the top 10. So you want to make that phone call. Keep that in mind. Quickly, some reaction. James McDonald, Rick in Buffalo, RIB, just took the lead with those takes. Hashtag SmackOff29. David Puente and Rick in Buffalo, it's over. Hashtag SmackOff. Jim Rome, crown. We got to finish this thing off. We're not going there yet. But Rick scored. He scored well. How about Mark in Hollywood, who started us off with a bang? Could he wire the field? Hit me up on Twitter. Your votes matter. Ultimately, I'm going to have the final say. Ultimately, my final say will be the final say. But social media does factor into this. Who you got? Who do you like? Cast a vote. Make sure you hashtag it SmackOff. That way we'll see it. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. I want to make sure you hashtag it SmackOff so we see it. That's the importance of the hashtag. So go to Twitter at Jim Rome. 1-800-636-8686. All right. Rolling into the main event right now. Straight up jungle legend. He may be your most creative clone. He is a 2016 champ, a 2017 champ, a 2020 champ. He is appearing in his 10th Smack-Off today. He already has 3 straps. He is the Laguna Beach Boy. He is Leff in Laguna. Leff, what's up?
Jimmy, how you doing, bud?
Good, Leff. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, Benny, Wisco to Wisco, which of Dahmer's favorite beverages did you have before that call? A Bloody Mary or a cup of Joe? And Jimmy, hey, sorry to miss Dong Day yesterday, but I was at the Big A. Shohei Ohtani jumped ship for the 29th time. Is there anything this guy doesn't do at the yard, Jimmy? Because I swear I heard, and excuse my Japanese is a little bit rusty, but beer hip, ice cold beer hip, hot dog, get your in beers and dogs. But my favorite part is when he hit a ball into the gap, Jim, and he rounded second and then positioned himself in the third base coach's box and waved himself home. It was amazing. Mark in Hollywood, as usual, I thought you did a great job acting on the call, acting like a bitch. I don't know if you'll win the Smack-Off of that, but you'll definitely win an Oscar for Best Special Effects by an Animated Short Person. And nice call, Paul's dog. Jimmy, the dog is funny. It's Paul I want to send to a high kill shelter. Bro, I don't even let my dog on the bed. You let yours call radio shows. I mean, what's next? Letting it wrestle on your bed while it wrestles bitches? And you know how Paul's dog likes it. Rough. And James in Portland, great to hear from you earlier, but holy crap, dude. Nice eyebrows. Dude, those things are so bushy and hairy. Portland women's pits and nether regions are jealous. Bro, do your neighbors complain to your HOA about trimming those things? And Shawnee, good to hear from you, bro. You mentioned monetizing all your shortcomings, and I've seen them. The sleep apnea, the hair regrowth, weight loss pills. Bro, where is the erectile dysfunction endorsement? There's no way you have all those health issues in your erectile functions, you old softy. And another thing you might want to monetize, I bet Doritos would pay a sponsorship fee for those bags under your eyes. Hell, they'd probably sponsor all your personal baggage, too. And Rick in Buffalo, good to hear from you just now, bro. I love the photos you always post where you're flexing shirtless in the gym. But, dude, never skip face day. You're ugly. You look like you were generated in AI. Your face is all distorted, teeth where they shouldn't be, eyebrows in your neck. Jim, Rick's an angry guy. Let's just say any shirt he wears is a wife beater. Hey, Jimmy, let me check some sports headlines really quick from this morning. Magic Johnson aids ownership group in acquiring the Washington Commanders. Huh. I bet that writer got fired. Anyways, Jimmy, do you see LSU is adding AC to their helmets? I mean, how exactly is this going to work? As part of concussion protocol, have you got an HVAC technician checking all the ductwork? And Jimmy, God forbid there's a heat wave in August, all the poor kids swamp coolers on their heads. And Jim, how about the Playboy Mansion on the 4th at the U.S. Open last week? We had players asking caddies for yardage to the hot tub, and I swear I caught Phil Mickelson using a rangefinder to zoom in on topless chicks at the pool. But Jim, if I'm playing course, screw the fairway, dude. I'm hitting an OB in their backyards, nicely trimmed lawns and landing strips, and punishing myself for 150 strokes. But Jim, I did notice Patrick Cantlay avoided that side of the fairway. Although Cantlay sounds less like a golfer and more like Caleb in Green Bay's sex life. And speaking of Caleb, Jimmy, dude, why did you call so early? I was looking for a Jim saying, "Here come the heavies, here come the monsters," and mean it literally. And Caleb, cool blind date with Cindy, bro. Cindy could literally be blind, and she still wouldn't date you, dude. And Caleb, dude, you're pretty open about your faith. You repent for all your sins, but shouldn't God be the one repenting to you? Because after all, he made you short, fat, bald, half blind, and redheaded. And Jim, I saw the Lorelei has spotted cow on draft today. Not the beer, Jimmy, but Caleb is posted up on the back bar with those lactating man boobs. Talk about farm to table, Jimmy. I just hope the Lorelei is non-smoking, because one spark in there and all the farts are going to send that roof all the way to Minnesota. And lastly, Jim, the BIC. Haven't heard from him today, but dude, he deserves all the GOAT status and everything that comes with it, Jimmy. Because after all, Michael Jordan's got yellow, jaundiced eyes. Babe Ruth ate and drank himself to death. Tom Brady's family left him. And Tiger Woods is one pothole away from leg amputation. Hell, Brad, just ask Cablinasian how it went. He used to be the GOAT, too. Before a 12-year ban, 2 failed marriages, and a CPAP mask that makes him look like Bane with a thyroid issue. Brad deserves all of that, Jimmy. And in his final days, when he's in his hospital bed with jaundice and sepsis and 3 missing limbs, I want to be the last thing he sees as I hand him some flowers and unplug that MFer from the wall. So, like, Jim, I guess I'm him.
Dude, you might be him. We're going to find out. Let's see what you can't say about him this time. You can't say he's a gimmicky little bitch. No gimmicks there. Leff, wow. Is he him? Speaking of which, well, where are you going to put him? Where do you slot him? Where do you score Leff's call? That was dirty. That was nasty. I would like to say that this dude needs absolutely no introduction, but he'll get one anyway. Really, all I need to do is point to the rafters, run through the banners that this dude has hanging in the jungle. He is your 09. You're 2011, you're 2015, you're 2018, you're 2019, you're 2021 smackoff champion. Simply put, he is the GOAT. Is he going to add to that legacy today? Appearing in his 15th smackoff, he is the BIC. He is Brad in Corona. Brad, what's up, dude? How you feeling?
I want to talk on the Jim Rome Show, and I want it now, Daddy. Jimmy, thank you for the vine. Leff without the gimmicks is kind of like Ray Craig without a cardboard box. We're all expecting it. We're all sadly disappointed it didn't happen. Hey, Rick and Buffalo's daughter is going to be playing that phone call in a counseling session in about 10 years. I guess my self-esteem started tanking once my dad got on a national radio show and took a crap on me to try to win $5,000. And I enjoyed Mark in Hollywood's call earlier. We've always known he was into technology, Jim. Mark's getting that Neuralink brain implant chip Elon Musk is making. Yeah, if it all goes well in the very near future. Jim, when you told Benny in Wisco earlier, hey, good job from one Wisco resident to another, I want to point out that you and Benny are living very different residential experiences in the state of Wisconsin. You have a home on the river. Benny threw his last kid in there because he couldn't. Sean's call was great. Thanks for walking us through your favorite Netflix programming. Is that how you treat your 75 listeners in Houston, Shawnee? Hey, what'd you watch this weekend? I watched Chimp Empire. Really? Did you like it? Yeah, let me tell you all about it. Please don't. There's a lot of delusional people out of touch with reality in here, Jim, and none more so than our defending champ Caleb, thinking he's got a shot of going back-to-back. Jim, before you won the Smack-Off last year, you always used to tell us about Caleb. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Which is really fitting because that's the same mantra Caleb's been repeating to his penis for the past 40 years. He's a huge fan of the University of Wisconsin, Jim. He ends every phone call by saying, "On Wisconsin!" And then, staying true to form, he goes out and badgers women to have sex with him. He's probably badgering women over at that white trash watch party at the Lorelei Inn right now. And on that note, Jim, I really enjoyed that call you took yesterday from Dave, the owner of the Lorelei Inn. What does it take to get a business license in Green Bay these days? Apparently, you don't even have to be able to carry on a conversation. Dave couldn't even figure out when he should open the place, so he decided to call your show and work it out live on the radio. That call had more stumbles in it than a high hurdle race at the Special Olympics. Jim, I was thinking I normally open at 11 a.m. there, but I thought 10:45 probably, but maybe 10:30. There, we do 10:30, but I got a couple clones lining up in the parking lot 9:45. No wonder all you stupid hicks think Benny and Caleb are cool. They know how to talk. And I saw that video of you guys celebrating Caleb's win last year. You all look like you're at that awkward phase of life between Proud Boy and Oath Keeper. It was like that show Cheers, except with militia members. Sometimes you want to go where everybody's got an AK. Hey, speaking of guys who definitely own a gun, great call from Vic in NoCal earlier. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. It's also the same thing we've been telling ourselves about Vic finally grasping the English language during his calls. He's the only smackoff participant who sounds like he learned English from the TikTok voiceover lady. I wanted to win a smack, and then this happened. Caleb, Jeff in Richmond, Shani, they're all Spider-Men, all pointing at each other. Now cue up the 1950s music and hand me my 10-minute script. I'm going to read till I get run. People will love it. It's great, trust me. Vic's an interesting guy, Jimmy. In a time where a lot of people are moving into California from Mexico, Vic did the opposite. He lived in California, radicalized himself on Twitter and Fox News, and then voluntarily deported his entire family back to Baja, Mexico. That move is also known as the Uno reverse card of illegal immigration. He's like a Ron DeSantis wet dream, this kid. And speaking of dreams, Jimmy, as the years go by and my smack-off titles pile up, I've realized the only way to carry on the Brad and Corona legacy in the jungle is by siring a worthy heir to my smack-off throne. Which is why I'm excited to announce that when I win today, I'm going to use the $5,000 to reverse my vasectomy and embark on a nationwide insemination tour. I'll be going from town to town wrestling the finest lady clones the jungle has to offer in an effort to create the perfect heir to my smack-off legacy. My very own bone stock, if you will, Jim. And don't worry, it'll all be 100% consensual, and I'm pledging right now that I'll wrestle every lady with my socks on. My manager's put together a list of the Bell City. Is that a typo? Did we have Dr. Dave check her out before you schedule? It's okay? She's good? Okay, that's fine. Moving on. Can only go up from there. Next stop is Providence. Isn't she too old? You think the salts preserve the eggs? Okay, whatever. After those two, I can get through anything. But from Providence, we're headed to Calgary. Okay, God. Make a note. I'm probably going to need some Blue Chew for that one. My God. Okay, stop number 4, Jim. Portland. You heard her earlier. She only shaves to the knees. Fine. I'm going to need my beard trimmer, some deodorant, and are shrooms legal up there? Okay, give me a ton of those. Home stretch here, Jim. Looks like I finished the Brad and Corona bone stock in Omaha. Ugh. Omaha. Get the link from Leff and Laguna. War Lady Clones.
All right, so here's a problem. Bone stock is brilliant, but the phone, it happened once, and I thought to myself, that glitch, how is he going to recover from the glitch? But then he went into Brad mode, stayed in Brad mode, did what the GOAT does, did it long enough that I forgot about the glitch, only to glitch at the end of the call. How many times have I said it? Did I not say it at the top of the program? Make sure you have a clean connection, because it doesn't matter how good the call is. If the connection's not right, you're going to get run or it's going to cost you. Was that the best call of the day? Was that the best call of the day? Arguably. Is the glitch going to cost the GOAT another strap? Because the call was... Better break, right? Let's take a break. Wow. Is that going to cost him the strap? The glitch? Because it was a double glitch. Stay with it. I keep talking about the so-called monsters. I've got one on hold. Stay tuned. smackoff 29. There's a twist. Now what? Who do you have slotted first? Go to Twitter right now and tell me. Who do you have in the lead? Y'all are not making this easy for us. I'm going to tell you that right now. Smackoff 29 continues when we come back.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.